Saba. Okay, we just reset the door answering exercise because Saba was so smart. When I went to answer the door, she took my bag of treats and took herself out the dog door. So when people come to our door, the dogs a lot of times want to take over security for us. Even if they don't think of themselves as an authority figure, they want to contribute and help out the pack. So, but the problem with that is when the dog is in charge of security, then obviously it has authority, and that can create problems, especially for her particular issues being reactive when she sees humans behaving too animated. So what's going to happen in a minute is somebody's going to ring the doorbell. I'm going to go and answer the door, and I'm going to be very casual. I want to give her the impression that it doesn't bother me in the least, so I'm not rushing. Typically when our dogs bark, and she's not a big barker, more of a howler, a lot of times we rush to the door. Saba! Saba! And that can cause the dog, look how fast my humans are moving. Clearly, this person outside the door is causing my humans to be upset. So she's already passed the line, so I'm just going to walk casually to the door. Saba. Saba. Now I'm luring her because they have a two-way go and she can go around here. I'm just putting a treat here to give her on this side so I can establish it. Now this is the line I'm going to establish that goes from wood to tile. Now that I'm here in place, I'm going to take one step backwards and I'm going to pause and read the dog. If she stays in place, I take another step backwards. And I keep repeating the process until I get to the door. Once I get to the door, I'm going to recreate all the steps that we go through when we open the door. This sound is what we call a trigger. So if I do this in practice, if she comes forward, I'm going to rush towards her. But she's keeping her appropriate distance. So now I can open it, a crack. I'm keeping my hips pointed at her. Now I'm going to open it behind me. And now the guests, all they're going to see is my tuchus at this point. This is why it's better if you do it with yourselves as opposed to a real guest. When I get to this door, I'm going to slap this in. See how she's moving her head? But she's staying back because I've got the situation under control. I'm going to open the door, and let the guest in. I'm going to step forward in front of the guest and keep my hips pointed here. So when she approaches, she hadn't broken it, but the boundary. But right here, she can go that way. So I wanted to prevent her. So now she's stationary. She's animated, but she's stationary. So now I take one step backwards. One step backwards. Now, if I want to turn and talk to my guests, my hips and shoulders are going to go there, I'm going to rotate my head this way. Like this. I can say, hey, welcome to your own house. So I have to be able to abort and come and address that. And then I can take a step back, read her. She stays in place. Step back, read her. Welcome to your own house. Thanks for visiting. Now, if you have a guest that comes over that is not a dog person, and your dog is there, wow. I feel comfortable and confident as a non-dog person because the dog is keeping a distance and there's nothing between me and the dog, or the dog and the person. Now she's going to come around this way. We're going to beat her to the punch.